Hey there, it's Pratyay from CNE. So we are launching a new course on web scraping using Python. So in this course, you are going to learn about all the fundamentals of scraping and how it is used, and you are also going to learn how to use that data, that scrap data, in an effective way. So yeah, let's begin. Now, before starting this course, I need to clear out a few things. The first thing is that I don't recommend you scrapping any other website without taking the permission of that website owner or anything like that. Okay, so there should be a clear cut communication between you and the website owner that you are going to scrap. Okay, web scraping is kind of a gray area if you are using beautiful soup or any request library, okay, of Python. But if you use a legitimate API, which I'm going to mention in my video, okay, so that way it is pretty legit and it's legal. You can do that. They have the permissions, so you don't need to take care of that. But I don't recommend you going over and scrapping any other website without taking the permission. Okay, this is a small disclaimer that I want to put it out. And one more thing, in this video I'm going to scrap on our website, okay, one of our website, and that in any way doesn't make you eligible to scrap our website as well. Okay, so we need to be very clear about that because it is a gray area and we need to be very careful while doing these kind of things. Okay, so there are a lot of consequences. There can be legal actions if you perform a scrapping operation on any website without that permission of that website owner. So please be careful. So as you can see, I am in my desktop, so I'll quickly launch my terminal here. Okay, and then let's move to my desktop here, and I have a lot of directories here. And what I'll do here is I'll create a directory, suppose mkdir, and then let's call it bs workspace. So as you can see, my directory is being created, so I'll move to that directory. Okay, so let's go there and let's launch Jupyter Notebook. Okay, why it's not working? Okay, the shortcut is not working for some reason. Anyway, now we are launching the Jupyter Notebook and it will take some time. So this is our working space, and this is where we will start working with our beautiful soup project. So what I'll do here is I'll create a new file, new Python file. Okay, and I'll name this file something like, let's go with test. Yeah, test. Let's go with test. So here's my file. So the first thing I'll do here is I'll import the libraries. So I have let's go with requests, and then I'll have something like, let's go with let's import it like this. I think this is well, yes, this is working. So what I'll do here is I'll test a website. Okay, I'll try to scrap a website. Basically this is not a scrapping. I'll just copy the contents of that entire website and put it in a file that I've shown in my Python basic course. So if you are not familiar with Python, I'll highly request you to go there and watch my Python course and then come back here. Okay, so I'll go over here and let's go with critical crow, and so this is our website, and we'll try to do our experiments on this website only as we have our permission. And anyone who has not read the disclaimer properly, please read the disclaimer. I'll mention the timestamp. It is in the first part of the video, so please read it. Okay, so let me come back here, and here I'll do a basic scrapping, which is I'll copy all the contents of this website and put it in a file, HTML file, let's say. So I need to create a file first. So I'll create a file. Let's go with open, name of the file, let's go with something like test The file name is similar, right? So let's call it not test, let's call it sample.html, and the mode will be write mode, and I'll set the encoding to something like UTF-8. So this is done, and let me store the file. So file equals to like this, and I'll close the file. So these are the two things that I'll do. I'll open the file, and then I'll do some operations, and then I'll close it. So this is how we'll do with files here. But first let us try to to perform a get request on our website. So I'll write here requests dot get, and then suppose I'll type the link of our website, which is criticalpro.com. So we're good to go, criticalpro.com, and let's see if we can get any kind of status code. We'll get something. No, that's not the way. Let's store this thing, variable result, and then result code. Let's see what happens. So we are getting a status code of 200, means it is giving us a proper response. Okay, so what I'll do here is I have the status code. I can also get the content of that response. So if I type here result dot what do you say text, I'll get the contents of the website. As you can see here, I have the contents, both the HTML as well as the CSS content. What I'll do here is I'll take the contents, and I'll just enclose it in a file. Okay, so this is my file, and I'll write inside the file the contents of this HTML response that I'll be getting. So this is the thing, this is the simple operation that we will perform, and let's see what happens. Okay, so I'll run this code. Running SL is very easy. You just have to hit shift and enter. So I'm hitting shift enter, and so I have a file, I think. Okay, so let's go over here, and here you can see I have a file here, sample file. Let's open it, and here you can see I have the ditto website. Okay, it's just a replica of that original website. So I'm being able to replicate this thing pretty easily using just writing a few lines of codes. Okay, so this is pretty basic, and we are not using beautiful soup. So let's get started with beautiful soup. So now let me create here a variable named soup, and I'll call beautiful soup with two arguments. One will be the file, my HTML file, and the another one would be the parser. So in my case I'm using an LXML parser, so that will be fine. Let's run this command. Yes, it is executing. So let me show you the source. So if I write here soup dot pretty, so prettify, generally what it does is that let me show you, just wait, what happened. Okay, so here I have it. So prettify, it what it does is that it indents the source code in a proper way, so that you don't have any problem with the readability. So here you can see my source is there. So it's pretty messed up, but I have my source here. I'm going to show you over here also in my Visual Studio Code. I have my source here, you can see. So the same source I'm having here, and now let's comment this line. Just wait, let me scroll up and comment this line, and I want to suppose get a hold of an tag. So suppose I want to see my what do you say, my head tag. What are the contents that I have in head tag? So I'll write here soup.head let's go with, okay, let's go with soup.head. Okay, I need to run this again. So I'm having this head tag. Let me show you, it's not the entire file. I have it from my head tag, and there are the child contents of the head tag. Okay, so if I write here something like text, it will only display the text. So here you can see these are the contents of the head tag, generally the title I have here. So you can also attain these using commands like, suppose title.text. Uh, it will give you the same thing. Okay, so this is how you get in hold of your tag contents. You just have to write here soup followed by the tag name, and that's it. You are done for the day. So if I write here something like soup dot, let's go with h3. If I have anything, I don't have any h3. Let me check again. So I have one h3 which says that the front thing, the topmost column, which says that all Amazon Kindle review. Okay, so this is how you get hold of the text. You just have to use the dot operator, and yeah, that's it. That's how you get a hold of the tag and its contents. You just have to write here something like text to get the actual text content of that tag. Okay, so yeah, in the next section we are going to use commands like find and find all. So now we are going to see how to use the find function and the find all function that we have in Beautiful Soup. So let me do one thing. Let me run this code again. Okay, we are let me comment it down. Okay, and let's use this column only. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'll use the function find. So find is a very special function that we're using in Beautiful Soup. So writing down the function is pretty easy. You just have to call it like this, find soup.find, and then you have to mention the tag. Okay, so in my case I want to find a tag, suppose let's say an anchor tag. Okay, so I'll write it here and it will give me the first anchor tag. Okay, the problem is that it will give me the first anchor tag that it finds. Okay, so the first anchor tag is suppose this thing. Okay, now if I want to find all the anchor tags that I have within this page, I just have to use the find all method, which is completely fine. I just use this and I'll get everything. Let me run this code again. So I'll get every set of anchor tags that are being used. So let's do one thing. Let's know the type of the data structure it is using. I'm sure it will use a Beautiful Soup list to be precise. Okay, so the result set is being used, Beautiful Soup result set. Suppose we want to convert this thing into a list. Okay, so I'll create a variable. Suppose link list is a bit harsh. I'll use something like link collection. Okay, and then I'll just do one thing. I'll cast this to a list, and now I have a list. Now I can traverse through a list. So I can write like this in list link collection. Do one thing, print all the links. Okay, or if you want to change anything, just change. It's up to you. Okay, so this is how it is done. We can also do one thing. We can also limit the search results or the list results up to a certain number. Suppose I'm using here, suppose a limit constraint, and then I'm suppose limiting my results to 2. So it will only get in hold of the 2 links. Okay, so here you can see it is only getting you a result of 2 links, the first 2 links you can say. So this is how it is done. It's very easy, I think. So here you can set another constraint. Suppose you want to only want to know about the links which has a class of a CSS class of, suppose let's go with this thing. Okay, so I'll copy this thing and just paste it here, and now you will get a list of every single tags that is having this particular class, which is a button class. Okay, so let's go, let's see. Oh, I need to run this again. So there is only one link, as you can see, of this class. I'll show you in the source code. Suppose I have it, so let me find. Here you can see only one class is there. Okay, results 1 of 1, only one class is there which is having this particular ID. So That's it. That's how you can work around with this find all what do you say, find all method. Okay, so there are a lot of things that you can do. I'm showing you. So suppose the articles inside this web page are written in paragraph format. Okay, so let me show you this. If I inspect this thing, okay, so you can see here it's having it is under a div tag. So this article is under a div tag, and it is having a what do you say, a class of post excerpt. So I'll use this class, and I'll get an hold of all the posts that he has written, all the articles that he has written under this class. Okay, so let me show you that. Suppose I'll get rid of this thing. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll here write here a variable name. So post collection is equals to, suppose, soup dot find all. Okay, and then suppose I need the div element, and the class of which will be, oops, the class of the following will be something like let's go with post exit. Okay, so when I have it, I'll do one thing. I'll use a for loop to iterate through the post. So post in collection, just do me a favor, just print all the posts that you have. So let me run this code again. So here you can see you have every single post out here. Okay, so it's inside a div tag, so I can also manage that. If I use something like post.text, I can get the content. Just wait, so I can get the whole content here. Okay, you can see here I have all the post that he has where it is that he has written. Where's the page? Yes, so that he has written over here. Okay, so this is how it is done. You can get all the post. And one more interesting thing, suppose he has written all the post in a date, in a particular date. So if I inspect this thing, I can get the dates in which he has tried to write a post. Okay, so the post date is the class that he has used. So suppose I'm using something like let's go with something like okay, so I'll use something like for date in what do you say, soup dot find all. You find me the div tag where the class, okay, we're using the class attribute. The class attribute is date. So oh, oops, I have to mention this thing. So print the date. That's all you have to do. Okay, so you can see I have the dates on which he has posted. So if I write like this on date.text, okay, so I have the dates in which he has written the post. So I can manipulate with this data, which is an advanced concept that we're going to see. Okay, so this is how it is done, and I hope it is all clear. So you can also get the child content. Suppose you write here a code like this. Suppose soup dot name of the tag. Suppose I'm using p dot parent. It will show you what is the parent of the p tag, which will be div. So you can get here div. So this is how you can know about your HTML doc pretty well. Okay, just like we had a find function in soup library, similarly we have select a function in soup library with which we can perform all the functions that find allows us to do. So I'll show you this. So for using the select function, you just have to write here soup dot select, and the name of the tag you want to find. For suppose I'm writing here body, I'll start with the body. Okay, and then I'll hit shift and enter, and here you can see I have the contents of my body. Okay, so if I want to find something like something beneath the body, suppose I want to find all the div tags that are beneath the body, I'll just write here like this body, and then space followed by the div tag. So it will give me all the div tags that I have inside the body tag. So this is one way of doing that. You can also mention the class here. Suppose if I want to mention the class, I can easily mention it like this. Okay, so I have to write here, let's go with container. So I'll get all the container, all the contents inside the container of body div. So this is one way of doing that. It's very easy. And yeah, just wait a second, let me run this command again. So this is one way of doing that, and it's pretty easy, you can see here. Okay, so let me do one thing, let me clear this thing. So what I want to do here is I want to find all the anchor tags that I have inside the body. Okay, just directly inside the body. So what I'll write here is I'll write here soup dot select, and then inside it I'll write here body, and then I'll use an arrow mark, and then I'll use the anchor tag. So this will give me the anchor tag that I have right beneath the body tag. So it is very simple, you can use like this. You can also use suppose a div, and then suppose I can write here class equals to, let's go with something like container, and this you can also get the content of the HTML doc using the ID tag. So if you write something like soup.select, and then suppose the name of the tag and followed by the ID, you can mention it using the hash tag. So this is how you find any component using the ID attribute. Okay, so I'm pretty done here. Now I'll try to complete a project, a mini project I'll say, to know things better. I have been a firm believer of knowing any concept with the help of a project. By building a project, it will also help you in knowing things more clearly, in getting a grip on how to use functions, how to implement all the techniques that you have learned, and how to scrape a website. So let's get started. First, I will build the project, and then I'll explain it line by line so that you don't have any problems. So if you are not familiar with the basics of Python, I would highly recommend you to just go to my Python course. In 90 minutes you can brush up your Python and then come back and see this thing. We will move in a fast pace to keep in track of time. So let's get started. Basically what happens is that when you create a scraping API, it returns an information, an analytical information through which you can map out what are the contents of this website, how will you target your personalized advertisements and all. So what I will be doing here is I'll be creating a mini project here through which you can get a meaningful collection of data containing information regarding the website and 10 other things. Okay, so let's start. So here I have created a function named scrap now, and I have passed an a parameter named URL. So here you can see it's pretty easy. I have just used the request.get to get the response from that URL, and then I have created a file using it will prompt for a file name. Here I have to change this thing, I think. So that's the thing. Here I'm opening the file in the right mode. Okay, and the file name will be the name of the file where the response will be stored. So it will ask the user for a prompt. Suppose if the user gives an option Y, then it will write inside the file, and then it will open another file, another JSON file, in which it will store the analytics part of the program. Okay, so it will store some data which it has gathered after scraping. Okay, so here you can see I have gathered the title, I have gathered the meta contents, and then I have gathered all the hyperlinks and the JavaScript source. Okay, even the JavaScript source can be of some use. So we have gathered that also, and the contents which are in the p tag. So here you can see I have declared an empty dictionary, and in that dictionary I have fetched all the data. Okay, now these data will be some collection of list and then some singular data. Okay, and then I have this is unnecessary, I'll comment it out. And then I have created the JSON file, and then I have written the contents of this dictionary into the JSON file. Now if you recall, JSON and dictionary are quite similar to each other, so we don't need to parse anything. So that's how it is done. And then I've closed the file. I'll surely close the JSON file too. Okay, and then I have made here the function call. So after calling this function, you will see what happens. Okay, let me call it again. Okay, yes, I'll start from the very beginning, and then I'll call it again. So it will ask for me for a prompt. So I'll enter the file name as cc.html, and then yes, and then something will be written inside the file. So if I open this file in my directory, okay, here you can see I have my analytics file. If I open this file in Notepad, you can see there it has a huge chunk of data, all important information related to title, then the meta thing, and then the script and everything source. So you have everything inside this file. So now a user can process this information and you make a good use of it. So this is how you scrape data. This was it for my web scraping course, and now I'll be discussing one more important thing, which is the importance of APIs. So now doing web scraping using Beautiful Soup is quite handy, but it will be more handy if you use something like APIs. So there are a lot of APIs in the market, but we'll be using a thing called Scraper API. Okay, so we'll be using Scraper API to do our project, and this will be very fun. So stay tuned till the next video. We'll see you and we'll get to know it better. So this is Pratyay signing off, and if you like this course, just hit a like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this course with your friends who are interested in web scraping. So bye.